which is a great question. Is there a credible opposition if Assad goes? Kirsty, what about people at home?
OK, we have Peter first on line 1.
Morning, Peter.
Morning.
Should we do something?
I think it's a difficult one, because if you start talking about doing something, you start getting the anti-war protesters out on the streets and the objection that gets, and it's not a vote winner.
Well, I mean, Libya wasn't a war as such, was it? I mean, we had Navy ships just outside, we had helicopters, we helped, we assisted.
Yeah, but we also didn't have a veto on us from China and Russia.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That makes it difficult. And I think if people complained during Iraq about the processes we didn't follow and the problems that caused, and, you know, now we're following the processes, and this is where we are.
Yeah, but equally you could argue we went into Iraq, and although, as Tony Blair would say, regime change wasn't the name of the game, it was to rid the country of weapons of mass destruction, all we have to do using that logic is say there are weapons of mass destruction in Syria, and we've got a reason to go in, haven't we, without the UN? Right. So where there's a will, there's a way. I just wonder if the will's there.
Possibly not. I don't know if it's the way that things are now and the way that people have perceived the war actions that we've taken since 2001. So,
what about Michael's point that there's no defined opposition to align ourselves with?
No, that's possibly true as well. It's quite difficult to kind of see who you would side with and support. And I think the whole situation is very difficult in the Middle East, if I may say. I don't know if it's... I could be wrong, but I suspect that if we're trying to impose democracy on countries like Egypt, say, for example, we may end up with countries that are more like Afghanistan, ruled by the Taliban, and sort of more hardline countries.
Maybe. We made a real cock-up of things after World War II, didn't we, really? And before that, I suppose.
Yeah. But, we always do, yeah.
Peter, thank you. Let's have another.
We have Steve next on line 2.
Steve, good morning.
Good morning.